late 1990s, American road racing was at a crossroads. The field was filled with talent, the crowds were loyal, but the world was watching Europe. MotoGP, World Superbike, those were the peaks. But here at home, something was building. And in the middle of that momentum was a teenager from Owensboro, Kentucky, Nicky Hayden. He was still just a kid when Honda noticed, but not just any kid. One who had grown up under the roof of Earl Hayden, a racer who taught his sons that nothing came easy, but everything was earned. Nicky didn't come to Honda with a resume full of international accolades. What he brought was even better. Raw talent, blue-collar work ethic, and an attitude soaked in gratitude. He was fast. More than that, he was smart and he was humble. Honda offered him a place on the prestigious factory AMA Superbike team in 1999. For a teenager, this was unheard of. But Honda saw what others were starting to whisper. This kid could be the future. At first, he was quiet in the paddock, soft-spoken, always respectful. But on the track, he spoke in lap times. He studied his rivals, veterans like Matem Ladin and Miguel Duhamel, absorbing everything. He didn't just want to win, he wanted to learn how to win the right way. The RC51, Honda's V-twin Superbike, was a beast, and Nicky tamed it like it was an extension of himself. Every weekend, you could see his confidence building. He'd run tight lines at Mid-Ohio, power past veterans at Road Atlanta, and then flash that signature smile in the post-race interviews like he couldn't believe he got to do this for a living. He didn't race for the cameras. He raced for his crew, for his family, for the people who had helped him get there. He often said his favorite part of the race weekend wasn't the podium, it was shaking the hands of his mechanics. That was Nicky, never above anyone, no matter how far he climbed. By 2002, he had done what few thought possible. At just 21 years old, Nicky Hayden became the AMA Superbike champion, the youngest ever. wasn't just the title that stunned people, it was how he earned it. With consistency, with precision, and with respect. He didn't take cheap shots on the track. He didn't stir drama. He just rode. And he rode better than anyone else. In the garage, he'd debrief with engineers with the insight of a veteran. He could describe feedback from the front tire like he was reading a novel. His feel for a motorcycle was otherworldly, but his discipline made it stick. Honda had made a bet, and they had won. They got a rider who was a sponsor's dream and a fan's favorite. America had its next big thing, and Honda had found a torchbearer worthy of carrying its legacy forward. This part of the board, the sharp edges, the clean symmetry, the way every join lines up just right. This is what it reflects. A period in Nicky's life where skill met opportunity and everything started to align. Young man in red and white who reminded us all what hard work and humility can become when given a chance. But behind every polished result was a young man who stayed late in the garage, who shook hands with every fan, who always remembered where he came from. That's what made Nicky Hayden special. This chapter, like those years on the RC51, is about more than just winning. It's about rising the right way. This is for the American champion, for the team player, for the young man in red and white who reminded us all what hard work and humility can become when given a chance.